How many recognize what that is? Raise your hand. Just curious. To me, it was one of those things that I didn't really know would change my life. As a little kid, I used to play these things, put them together, tear them apart, put them together, tear them apart, and every time you did it, it was something new. Well, little did I know that probably had a direct effect on what industry I chose to get into in construction. I put together, we build, we tear up, we do everything. So a little bit about us, Tru Building. At Tru Building, I founded this company in 2010. This is just going to be a whole lot of real quick stuff to give you a brief history about who we are. We were very fortunate to be able to do commercial, residential, and remodel construction, which very rarely does a company get to do, and I think we did it quite well. But the problem, we ran into some problems in doing that when you grow. And all of a sudden, what are you focused on? What are you doing? Who are you? What is your company? But through the years, we've been able to say, so we've had some really good projects, but none more than we've had even in this last year, where in 2016, we were able to complete 2 really cool projects. One was downtown Anthony, Main Street, which was a shape changer for Anthony, Kansas. The other was a very high efficient, ultra efficient, nice home, which they just moved in 3 weeks ago. This really kind of is the path we want to go on. But how do we tell people about who we really are? Wichita Business Journal, we were nominated for Best in Business, Small Business Awards at the Chamber of Commerce. It's been a fun year. But if I had to ask you before you even saw any of this, who is Tru Building? Most people would say metal building contractor or a pole barn builder. Really didn't say who we are. So I'm very excited today to introduce to you something brand new for us. We've been going through a rebranding, and you are the first public to see it right here, right now. May I introduce to you Tru Building, Construction Innovation. This is our brand. We build smarter so our customers can live better. What does that mean when we say that? The nice thing that's afforded us the luxury to do is put autonomy with each part of the company, each vertical. The commercial company, I head up. The residential company, Todd LaFoon back in the corner, wave, he heads that. And our most recent acquisition is David Rader. He heads up the remodel company. So we're very excited to be able to give attention where our customers need it. Now, what the nice thing about it is, each one of these verticals, they mirror what our core values are at Tru Building. And that is to build smarter so our customers can live better. So what do we mean by build smarter? We had to be very intentional about this because there's a lot of people that do construction. Problems with building today. Most people say the number one thing is, if you work for Westar, I'm sorry, but I hate rising electric bills. I'm tired of paying $200 to $400 a month in utility costs. The average Kansan pays $3,200 a month for utilities. This is not just electric, this is transportation costs. But if you notice that bottom line before I took it off, electricity costs haven't seemed to go up much according to that graph. But in reality, since 2008, our rates have gone up 47%. That's electric rates. That's directly out of our pockets. The next problem that we have is the healthcare in buildings. In buildings, we tend to breathe in what's here. We temper what's in this room, and a lot of people in this room, this air, I'm sorry, this sounds a little graphic, but it comes in, it gets tempered, blows back out. Comes in, tempered, blows back out. Healthcare is a big issue. But in, there we go. The average cost for a family of 4 for healthcare went from just under $10,000 in 2002 to over $25,000 this year. That's extreme. So what can we do about it? Call Miguel and say, hey, I need to get King Fit on board. Get healthier, eat better, yes. But how does that relate to what we do? We address where you live, work, and play. So we got very intentional about what we do. We joined forces with 2 different groups, Passive House of US, and then Zero Energy Ready Home Program. Passive House is a program that actually gives you a very airtight building that brings in fresh air continuously and improves the quality of living from comfort levels to efficiency to air quality extremely well. Then we also joined forces with the Department of Energy, which is a much easier program to be a part of, which is simply make the building more efficient. Oh, sorry, wait a minute, you can't see that. I pushed some buttons I shouldn't have. There we go. Efficient building construction, efficient systems and appliances, and then the operation and maintenance, and change the user behavior. So reduce the cost it takes to live in a building like that. Then address the remaining needs with a renewable energy source that gives you your zero energy. So with that, we've been very intentional about these two programs. We believe they're very building performance oriented. They're not necessarily regionally performance. What are the benefits? An unmatched comfort. You don't feel drafts, you don't feel heat, hot, cold spots, you don't hear the air conditioner. You have to walk in one to believe it. It's amazing. Superior air quality. There's been a lot of testimonies about people who have had asthma and had inhalers, and their kids moved in, they were able to get rid of their inhalers. This is documented, this isn't theory, this is fact. Extremely resilient buildings, because the structure is better protected with insulation on the outside of the structure. The building's not as susceptible to heat and cold, expansion, contraction things, so buildings do last longer. Significant energy cost savings. You can see an example was given to me on a deal I was reading this week that spending $30,000 more, or $10,000 more on a project, on a $300,000 project could take a utility bill average that was $300 a month down to $150 a month, netting you immediately the day you move in a savings of $120 a month. Those are real numbers. They're big changers. Dramatic health benefits, which I've already mentioned earlier. So going back to this illustration of the Tinker Toys, they celebrated their 100-year anniversary 2 years ago. They've been around 100 years. We've been building the same way for years and years and years. Today we're at a time we can build smarter and live better. So with that, where we're at in our company is we're looking for people to partner up with us on several different opportunities that we have going forward, both in small local scale and some on a larger national scale. So thank you very much.